Knock it off! There's a kid back there!
I'm in danger. One Piece is one of the biggest and most influential anime in the history of the world. I've never watched it, but today that all changes, because a few days ago, Netflix released the first ever episodes of the One Piece live-action series. Coincidentally, it's gonna be the first ever episode of One Piece I'll be watching. Think of it like a baby being christened. This is my baptismal to the world of One Piece. It'll be fun. For obvious reasons, I can't play the entire clip for most of the scenes. Mommy YouTube will take my allowance, but don't worry, I'm actually a top-tier commentator according to my comments. The One Piece! The One Piece is real! Holy shit! Is that Luffy's brother? One thing I really liked about the live action, and you'll notice this right off the bat, is the fucking set. Like 2 minutes into the episode, the set design already blew my mind. Oh my god, is that real? There's no way, right? There's no way that there's that many people. Nah, there's no way, there must be CGI. Wow, look at the fucking detail on that shit. That's crazy. I was enamored. I was straight creaming all over this set. Don't AO me for that. Also, if you noticed, I'm adding live reaction segments because I think it makes it more authentic to what I actually felt while watching. I'm also too lazy to edit a full video, but anyway. Immersion. I'm not sure if this is common for live actions like Cowboy Bebop or AOT, because I've never watched them. I'd rather bleach my eyes, but the set for One Piece was very convincing. I can actually see these characters living in this sort of world, and what's good is that they're never really stuck in one place. It's constantly changing, and every place is unique enough for me to remember where we're at all times. Like, this is Logtown, this is Six's Island, this is every Indiana Jones setting ever, you know, they're all recognizable. And yeah, sometimes it looks a bit too pristine, like the pirate ship being cleaner than Japan's sewage system, but I feel like One Piece itself is very colorful and vibrant anyway, so it doesn't bother me too much that this is a clean ship. Maybe Kobe's just really good at doing his job, I don't know. Speaking of Kobe, he's one of the many cases where good typecasting helps immensely to sell you on the world. Ever since the release of the trailer, I was genuinely impressed with the character design. They are bang on, bullseye accurate with the anime. Nami, Luffy, Zoro, it's like they were born to play these characters. Big ups to the casting team and the actors for that. Especially Zoro, most especially Zoro, but we'll glaze his ass later. I just have to mention one gripe I did have, and that was the acting. At least at the start. I could be completely alone in this sentiment, but I thought some of the lines were a bit forced and unnatural. For example, there's a scene where Alvida is threatening this pirate guy, trying to get him to spill the beans on where Zoro is. Basically, she's supposed to be menacing and scary, but it just wasn't convincing enough for me. I'm not sure if it's because she's trying to be too over the top, or not being over the top enough. Point is, I wasn't all too threatened by Alvida as a character. Luffy's introduction also started off rocky for me. You fucking, look at him! Dude's staring right into my soul, holy shit. Dude got the Riz stare. No, it wasn't his light skin stare. I just thought some of his lines at the start were quite stiff. Like when he first meets Kobe, he's trying to tell him the wonders of pirating, right? But it felt like he was reading off a script, which is weird because I didn't feel that way at all when he was screaming to be the king of the pirates. This is also one of the reasons why I'm not switching to the Japanese dub, because I just know the Japanese dub is gonna be good. I'm pretty sure the Japanese dub like trumps this, but it just, you break your immersion by switching to the language that it isn't what it was originally recorded on. Personally. And I think that's probably it. It's not that the actors are bad at acting, it's just they can't accurately capture the excessive nature of anime dialogue that I'm used to. You know, in anime, I'm used to like voice actors screaming at the top of their lungs when like fucking bread falls or some shit. But even then, when I switch to the Japanese dub, it just looks off visually because when they're dubbing it in Japanese, the lip flaps don't coincide with what they're saying, so it breaks my immersion even more compared to just watching it in the original English dub. With all that being said, I think part of it is also just adjusting your expectations as you watch the show. This is cake for sure. What the fuck? That's so funny. I noticed that later on, Iñaki Godoy, the actor of Luffy, quickly grows into his character. Or more accurately, I quickly grew to fall in love with his portrayal of Luffy, cause god fucking damn it, his childish charm got to me. I remember Charlie, Moist Critical, Big Moist, Penguin Zero, Big Dick Moist, saying he hated Luffy as a character in the anime. Again, I've never watched it, but never did I feel like this Luffy was ever annoying at any point during the first episode. And that's all to do with Iñaki completely nailing Luffy. Let's quickly run down the other characters too, because I think they deserve some recognition. Shanks, he was awesome. For the brief time he was on screen, he sold me as the wise, charismatic guardian to Luffy, like a moral compass of sorts. Nami was great. I had no idea what she was gonna be like as a character, but after seeing her cook ass and swindle the fuck out of these pirates, I was sold. Kobe felt like a main character, even though he wasn't supposed to be a main character. He was one of my favorites during the episode. Zoro. Here we go. Mr. Roronoa Zoro. Zoro is like the Levi or the Gojo of One Piece. I probably just offended every One Piece fan in the world, but my point is that he single-handedly stole the show. Like, he literally dominates 80% of the fight scenes in this episode, and his fights always take the longest to finish and typically has the most choreography. So don't tell me this wasn't an intentional choice.
Can't stop thinking about that fight.
Yeah, me too, Kobe.
That guy was amazing.
I know, right?
And what's with the third sword?
You know what they say, a man's third sword is his third leg. Zoro's probably got a massive third sword. Now, don't even get me started on his acting. Honestly, this guy has one acting mode, and that's sexy. Like, sexy as in he's trying to be sexy, not that he is sexy, but like he kind of is sexy, like not like Zoro as a character, but maybe yeah, like Zoro as a character, not like him as a person. But he's, you know, him as a person, as an actor is also kind of sexy, but I swear, halfway through the show, I pretty much got his character down pat. Just go with your deepest voice possible and just have like the poker face model look. It's like, I'm the pirate hunter. You don't even know me. I've got a third sword. You don't even know where it goes. Last but not least, I want to give a massive shout out to this guy. I don't know his name, but he was so hilarious.
Are you going to kill me?
He's gonna chop his dick?
No. I've got something much worse in mind.
He's gonna chop his dick? Finally, I want to touch on something that I never expected to be this good. And that's the action. These were some of the most entertaining fights I've ever seen in a live action setting. Which probably doesn't say much because I've only seen this one, but the show had me gasping more times than I would have expected. Not only was the fight choreography done well, I straight up didn't expect it to be as gory as it was. Zoro turning Mr. 7 to Mr. 3.5 will forever be ingrained in my mind for the rest of time. This will also be forever ingrained in my mind. Overall, I thought the first episode of the One Piece live action did its job, and that's to entice new people like me who've never watched One Piece to become invested into the series. I will definitely be finishing the rest of the live action just because it set a really good foundation on what to expect for the coming episodes. What about you? What did you think of the One Piece live action? Especially if you're a fan of the franchise, did it live up to your expectations? Did it subvert them? Let me know down in the comments.